County Judge Lena Hidalgo has gone public. Earlier this week, she announced she's taking a temporary leave of absence to treat her depression. Tonight, we're discussing whether or not disclosing health issues can help or hurt an image. Joining me now to talk about it, publicist Julie Griffith, therapist Dr. Bernadette Smith, and Judge Mike Fields, who has been treated for prostate cancer. Judge, glad to have you here on The Factor. Let's begin with you. I've been friends with you for a long time, covering you for a long time, and then my producer asked you to come on the show, and she told me he's dealing with cancer, and I had no idea. It's not like you made it public, so why not?
You know, I made it public to the people that I wanted to know. I did.
That did include my ass.
You know,
but I understand, Judge. Go ahead.
Well, you know, when you get diagnosed with cancer, the last thing you're thinking about is, oh, I got to get on the phone and start notifying people.
Right.
And when I finally got a chance to talk with you, you know, we discussed it and we had a great show about it. I was so concerned at the time just about getting treated and staying alive. My brother had cancer, my father had cancer, and it was my turn. And so I just wanted to hit it head on and get at it as fast as possible. And I did, and it worked. And that show that we did, quite frankly, I got a lot of great feedback from it. A number of guys said, you know, I went and got checked. I went and got a colonoscopy. I did these other things. And so I was really happy to see that it helped.
And Julie, is this unusual for people who may be either celebrity or, like the judge, high profile, elected official? Is this unusual to say, look, I'm not going to share this, but to the people who are most important to me?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's unusual at all. I definitely think there's a tact and decorum that you need around health issues like that. It's a very private and deeply personal journey you want to go through. You know, you want people to remember you, how they know you, healthy, vibrant, and outgoing. And, you know, any type of long-term severe illness like that can impact you from a physical perspective, emotional, mental, as well as financial. So sometimes, you know, you have to step away from the public, step away from the spotlight, get yourself healthy in the best way you see fit.
And Dr. Smith, does this put more pressure on you if you're thinking about, how do I put out a press release? How do I let my fans know? Is that more pressure when you're dealing with your illness, or is that some escapism?
So it really depends, right? So everybody is going to be different. It definitely can create a lot of stress and pressure on that person because, as we know, all of that can have an impact on your physical. So somebody is choosing not to share that information, because we also have to recognize that while some people might be well-meaning, a lot of people do not know what to say, and sometimes can make that person feel worse. So them choosing to set that boundary and choose who to tell and who not to tell can be a way for them to protect themselves so that they can focus on their healing. The other part of it, escapism, maybe. However, it also is one of those things where if they were also not getting the care, I would be more concerned in regards to escapism, right? So are you not getting care? Are you not setting up the things that you need to have set up? Then that's when I would start to evaluate, okay, are we in denial, or are we just trying to protect ourselves so that we can heal?
And this is for any of you. Should we sit in judgment of people who thrive for attention? And I mean, you can have like a hangnail. I'm in the hospital with a hangnail, or you're exploiting your grandparents or your mother who's dying, which always just sets me off. But there are people who do that, you know, on social media, and it's more about, I think it's more about them than it's about sympathy for their loved ones. And any of you can grab that.
You know, I don't do social media really. I have a Facebook page so I can look at the videos when somebody sends one. I don't share in that way. But to people who know me personally, I have no problem sharing any kind of information because I'm not ashamed of anything about myself, right? I'm happy to talk about whatever anyone wants to talk about. But when it comes to health issues, it does get complicated. You know, I was so proud of Judge Hidalgo when she came out and said, you know, I need a break.
Yeah.
I need to take a minute.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to do
It
that.
does take a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people feel the same way, but are just afraid to say it out loud. She gives other people license
Permission.
to stand up and say, yeah, this is really happening, and I need help too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Definitely. I mean, even the situation that we have with Jamie Foxx, I mean, I think that's kind of like the way to show you how to not do things, especially if you're a public figure. You know, Judge Hidalgo was very transparent, very forthcoming, and very quick. You know, Jamie Foxx, no matter what the health issue was, he's still a public person. So for him to kind of like leave people in the dark and not say anything at all and almost make it a game of gotcha, like, can you guess what's going on with me? I think that left a really bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. Like you said, it was public, but it felt very disingenuous. Not that we have a right to know anything, but this is your public, and they do have a right to know something. And you can craft that message any way you want. I think the worst thing that people do is when they don't say anything at all. Again, we're all pretty much private citizens, except for you. You know, maybe you're like super popular. So if something happens,
People know you all
yeah,
over.
we want to know what's going on. But you know, with us, we don't have to say
I had a
anything.
toothache the other day.
Yeah,
No.
but if you just disappeared and was like, you know, I don't have to tell you people anything. It's like, well, then you don't need my eyeballs anymore.
There you
know?
go. I
There you
understand.
go. Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us here on The Factor.